Hey guys, and how about we watch a death battle, Luke Skywalker vs Harry Potter. Now keep in mind I am going to be watching the entire thing, so you should really click here to support the official release and to avoid any spoilers. Now I'm actually somewhat familiar with these two characters, which is pretty new for me when it comes to death battle. I'll admit that I know Luke a little bit more than I know Harry, and I prefer Star Wars over Harry Potter, but I will do my best to not be biased. However, with that said, I think that Luke is going to win this one. I think he has a lot more going for him. What with the lightsaber techniques, the acrobatics, and the use of the Force. I think that Harry just doesn't have as much. He has his magic, but what can that really do? And I know magic can do a lot of things, and I'll admit that Harry Potter is powerful, but I think that Harry is really just powerful in his world. You know? I mean, against humans and other wizards from his universe, yeah, Harry's a really good wizard. But if you put him up against, like, Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender, or in this case, Luke Skywalker, I think he's not very powerful. I know that there's the killing curse, you know, Avada Kedavra or whatever it is, but I don't think that Harry's really going to use it. I know that Death Battle, like in Death Battle, they take away a character's pacifism, but I don't think that Harry doesn't use it for the sake of being pacifistic. He just has Expelliarmus as his, you know, like signature spell. And just so you know, the last time I read any of the Harry Potter books was I think 6 years ago, and I haven't yet seen Deathly Hallows Part 2, so, you know, my knowledge of Harry Potter is incomplete. But I don't think that he's gonna use the Killing Curse. I mean, as far as I remember, he was still using Expelliarmus against Voldemort. I will give him this, Expelliarmus isn't just a disarming technique. I believe it also, like, rebounds the spell. If I remember correctly, that's even how he defeats Voldemort. I told you, spoilers. But I don't think that that'll help against Luke, you know? Because Luke, for one thing, doesn't use spells, so, you know, Harry can't rebound anything with that. And even if he could disarm Luke's lightsaber, Luke's just like, oh, Force, mine, you know, like, it seems too easy. Now again, they're both perfectly likable or dislikable characters in their own universes, and both really powerful in their own universes. But I think that Luke is just more powerful than Harry. He has more that he can work with. But let's leave that to the experts to decide. Let's get to watching. So yes, I like Luke better. I think he's going to win. Harry's not a bad guy, though.
A sci-fi hero. Like Luke Skywalker, Legacy of the Jedi, and Harry Potter, the boy who lived. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick, and it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win.
I need to watch these movies again, though. They really were enjoyable, in my opinion.
As the orphan son of Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker carries the blood of the most powerful Sith Lord ever known. He was raised by his aunt and uncle who kept him safe by disguising his true powers, before being taught by a wise old mentor in the ways of the Force. Luke's weapon of choice is the lightsaber, a combination of my two favorite killing tools, swords and lasers. Despite having little formal training, Luke advanced in lightsaber combat much faster than any other Jedi. He even took down a freaking TIE fighter with it, only a month after he blew up the Death Star. What a badass! Luke is a master
with the lightsaber or the Force? Because I don't remember that.
Combat stance with defensive posture, specializing in both perseverance and pressuring an opponent. Despite what you might think, the lightsaber isn't just for killing. It also works pretty damn well for defense.
Yep.
Even so, Luke's most instrumental tool
I don't know if it can deflect spells like Harry's, but
he can apply it in 3 aspects: control, sense, and alter. Controlling all aspects of the body, sensing and utilizing his surroundings, and altering the environment. Like the mind trick thingy. Oh man, the terrible things I would do with that.
We would probably all do terrible things.
He pushes physical limits with the Force body ability, and use Flash Burn to neglect pain until he can mend his wounds with Force Heal. Also, Luke uses the Force to move things with his mind, with almost no limits. Finally, Luke can use Shatterpoint to identify any possible weakness or fracture in a subject. Add just a little pressure with the Force, and boom, they explode faster than a Firestone tire.
But I'm not sure if he would do that, just because that's not his style either.
From stormtroopers to deadly Sith Lords, one of which Luke had to construct a second lightsaber to beat. His shorter red Shoto saber was made to counter the Sith Lumia's light whip, and it worked pretty damn well. He still carries it,
the light whip just sounds nice to me.
Over two-handed combat. Penis joke. Anyway, Luke doesn't have an obvious weakness, aside from some pretty serious daddy issues. He doesn't carry
that probably
a blaster,
won't come into play
unlike
here.
Other stupid Jedi, he isn't afraid to use one. While Luke is no fan of violence, he certainly will not pull any punches.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Dang straight. Now here's Harry. Let's see what they can
Harry Potter carries
teach
the
me.
talents of the most powerful dark wizard ever known. Lord Voldemort. He was raised by his aunt and uncle, who kept him safe by disguising his true powers before being taught by a wise old mentor in the ways of magic.
Now why does that sound familiar?
Harry wields an 11-inch Phoenix Core Holly wand. He has learned numerous spells and is exceptionally skilled in charms.
His trademark attack is the disarming charm,
Expelliarmus, right.
Expelliarmus, or whatever.
Expelliarmus.
Which can either knock a weapon away or throw the opponent through the air.
The Confundus charm temporarily confuses the target, Stupefy stuns people, and the shield
Those
charm
could
protects
come
Harry
in
from all
handy.
attacks.
And he can summon anything he wants to him with Accio.
I'm still not sure though if like the
Accio
lightsaber
money.
can deflect.
Accio loose women.
His firebolt is a racing broom that can reach 150 miles per hour in less than 10 seconds.
That's
Okay, that
even
could help.
faster than Wiz gets shot
But
down
I
by
think
a
that
woman.
Luke's
Right.
force could counter
Wait,
that.
no, back to spells. Harry is also experienced in curses. He destroys objects with Reductor, slashes enemies with Sectum Sempra, and controls minds with Imperius.
And then there's the killing curse. Abracadabra.
Avada Kedavra.
Oh,
Yeah.
that magician wasn't trying to kill me. I guess I should probably go apologize to his family.
While Harry's never actually used the killing curse, it is implied that he can. It is an instant kill and unblockable.
Unless it hits a wall, or a sword, or anything really.
Oh,
Almost
well.
all magic
There
requires
goes
a line of
unblockable.
sight and eye contact to perform. The killing curse is no exception.
Harry also knows teleporting and can do it without a wand.
His training in Occlument's
That will help,
defense his
actually.
mind from any sort of mental attack or illusion.
And he's got all sorts of other spells, but I seriously doubt the tickle charm's gonna help him much in the fight, so let's move on.
Harry owns
You don't
the Cloak
know.
of
You never know.
Invisibility, an unrelenting deathly hallow that hides the wearer from sight and cannot be detected.
Unless he makes a noise or pokes his foot out.
Harry is a quick draw with his wand and has performed many great feats at very young ages. He has also mastered non-verbal spells.
By the time he was 17, he was beating up way more experienced wizards. In the battle for Hogwarts, he had no problem kicking a ton of Death Eater ass. Not to mention Lord Voldemort himself.
Afterwards,
so
Harry
yeah.
became head of the Dark Wizard Hunting Auror office, even though he's technically a Hogwarts dropout.
He
Oh.
never did finish that 7th year.
I don't remember
but I
that
guess
part.
if you kill the Lord of Ultimate Evil, you get a GED.
I do need
Alright,
to.
the
I do need to
combatants
find
are
that part
set.
2
Let's
movie
end
and
this
watch
debate
it.
once and for all. But first, let me recommend Carbonite.
For all your Han Solo freezing needs.
No, Boomstick, it's a website.
What?
Pause. It's close enough. Okay, so I want to say real quick, while I was talking during there, I'm not trying to like, you know, super support Luke in the sense that I'm trying to say like, oh, all of Harry's things are crap, they're not gonna work. I'm just trying to reason through it. Because there is more to Harry than I remembered, and he does sound better, but to me it still seems like he's only really good in his world. Yeah, at a young age he was like kicking wizards' butts all over the place. You know, much better, you know, he was a prodigy. He was the chosen one. But it's not the same as fighting Jedi, you know? And I wouldn't say that Luke would fare like super well against, you know, a ton of wizards or anything, but I still think that Luke has the upper hand here. You know, the invisibility cloak, I think that Luke could like use the force to sense where he was, so there goes that. You know, the broom, I already forgot what it was it the fireball? Does Luke use fireball? Oh no. But I think like the force could just use that to take it away from him. Accio could take away the lightsaber, but Harry probably doesn't know what a lightsaber's called. And then the force could always just get it back. It seems like everything that Harry has going for him, Luke has some sort of counter to it in my opinion. I do think that Luke would be hesitant in using like, you know, Force Choke, Force Lightning, that kind of stuff, even if he can. Just because, yeah, like I said, it's not his style. Not counting pacifism, but just in the same way that I don't think Harry's going to use Avada Kedavra. Because it's just not what he does. You know, again, even against like the most evil, you know, person in that universe, you know, Lord Voldemort, Harry was still just using the disarm spell, which, yeah, bounced back the killing curse and ended up killing Voldemort anyway. But still, you know what I mean? So I think this battle's gonna go pretty back and forth for a bit, with Harry doing things and Luke kind of countering it, but I think that in the end, Luke is going to step up and win. I think that Harry's going to die. Tragic, I know, the boy who lived, right? And Luke is just gonna keep on going, training new Jedi or something. So I'm gonna find where we resume this one, and we'll resume it. And play. Luke. Harry.
Fight.
Here we go.
Avada Kedavra!
Oh, he's just gonna use that right away. And
Avada Kedavra!
I hope that keeps happening.
Expelliarmus!
Oh, see, it doesn't disarm that. Yeah, okay, so they're having the lightsaber be able to deflect magic.
Accio Firebolt! Protego!
Ow, that would hurt. Wish they knew what he was using right there. Come on, Luke, what you gonna do next? Oh, not quite. Thought he was just gonna pull the broom out from underneath him, but...
Confundo! Stupefy!
Oh, there's the Force! Is he choking? Oh. Oh dear. Oh, never mind. Oh, there goes the lightsaber.
Avada Kedavra!
I can't help but kind of root for Harry just because it's funny in a way. He's cute. What? Did he just tear open his forehead? Oh, jeez. I don't know what that was at the end there.
Man, Harry did a surprisingly good job keeping Luke at a distance.
But Luke fought smart and tried to finish Harry quickly with Force Persuasion. But
Oh, is
Harry
that
was
what
able to
that was?
resist thanks to Occlumens.
Then Luke used Force Choke to stop Harry from casting spells.
And although Luke could dodge the Avada Kedavra, the instantaneous Sectum Sempra curse caught him off guard. But with Shatterpoint, Luke discovered an exploitable flaw.
Oh.
That famous lightning bolt scar,
Oh.
which forced Harry to lose the battle.
The winner is
That's
Luke
what they did. That's
Skywalker.
disgusting.
If you're a subscriber
Wow,
with an
alright,
idea for a
well,
death battle, leave a
let's
comment
go talk
below.
about
And
this.
don't forget to check out the...
Alright, so if you haven't guessed, I do agree with the outcome of this particular death battle. I actually think that they made Harry do a much better job than I thought was really possible. I mean, I guess when I was really thinking about it, I didn't think about Harry using all of those spells that he had. And you know, really, why wouldn't he? So that's my fault. But it still seemed like, yeah, Luke had a counter to pretty much everything, especially when they made it so the lightsaber could deflect spells, which I didn't think they shouldn't do. I didn't think they should do. I just wasn't sure what kind of properties they were going to give the lightsaber and the magic. Maybe in like the Star Wars comics or books, they have things like that, and so there's a precedent to go off of, but I don't know. I don't think it was quite like Bomberman versus Dig Dug, where Dig Dug didn't even need that, because I don't know. It was different. Yeah, that's a good explanation, Dean. Shut up. I have to say, I loved at the beginning, Harry's just like, I'm out of good. It was just fun. It was fun. I wanted to see him try that like a third time, just be cut off again. Again, I thought Harry did a much better job in this than I had expected, but I still think that Luke was a pretty clear win. Maybe Harry just should have spammed like the Sectum Sempra or whatever it was. Don't expect me to remember spells. Because maybe you could just get Luke to bleed out, unless he could catch on and then find a way to counter it. But yeah, the Expelliarmus, Stupefy, all that stuff, it was easily countered or just dealt with. The Force really gave Luke a lot to work with. Like, even when his lightsaber was destroyed by Harry's spell, you know, Luke was still going, he still had his acrobatics, he still had the heightened senses and abilities. And then I actually forgot he had that second lightsaber, and I totally didn't expect Luke to like tear open Harry's scar. Like, that was gross and frightening. But it worked out well for him. Like, I can see why he did it, I guess. I mean, it certainly caught Harry off guard. It gave him that moment where he could slip his lightsaber into Harry's gut. And it worked out well for Luke in the end. So I thought this death battle was fun. I thought they did a good job of portraying the characters. I thought they did a good job of the animation, or I guess I should only say like whiz right here, huh? And the voice acting for Harry, it amused me. So that was good. I thought it played out really well. So with all that, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. And if you did, of course, feel free to leave a like, comment, and if you're new, even subscribe. It means a lot. It really helps me out, and I would love to have you guys. So tune in next time for my next video. And until then, take care.